Right, ready. Welcome to the Nothing Is Over podcast. Craig Frosty, how we doing, mate?
Not too bad, Robert. How are you?
Great. At Craig_Frosty. That's your Instagram handle, isn't it?
Aye.
And that's how we first connected, because you are an online fitness coach, a personal trainer and an online fitness coach on Instagram. Here's your story.
Aye, that's the one. Right, okay, so it's it's a normal, but it's a long story, right?
It's a fucking podcast, mate, as long as you want, bro.
So it starts in high school, as most things do, right? Didn't have the best experience in high school. Thought it was quite difficult learning where I was learning. Not a lot of opportunities came from the school I was at, Nixwood Secondary. So I just felt like I was stuck, you know. I was that guy who
Can you
just
say opportunities? What were you into that they weren't offering?
right. So it's a school that's very prideful in its sports opportunities, right? But the only true opportunities are given to football. So everything else, every other sport, just kind of banished to the shadow realms, whatnot.
It's true back in my day, and I guess it's true in yours as well, aye?
Aye. But I've got nothing against football. I enjoy playing it.
I
every
do.
so often
It's
as well.
fucking. It's for women. It's shit. Don't care about football. We don't cover football on this show, mate. So you can move on.
Aye. But anyways, young kid, I was always that skinny, scrawny guy growing up. Always made fun of my lack of muscle, lack of anything really. Always told to eat a little bit more, but no matter how much I ate, just couldn't pack on because I just couldn't get in enough food. It's like it's a mentality when it comes to like losing weight and even gaining weight as well. You really need to develop healthy habits with food over time, but I just didn't have that as a youngster. So
What was the problem?
just
Were you
always that.
burning too much energy and not eating enough to compensate?
See, that's partly it. Yeah. So uh, I was always into sports. So at the same time, I was going to like karate clubs. I was running track. I was playing rugby, and then I was playing basketball at the same time, and later on volleyball and badminton too.
You had to be
So
eating about
it was
fucking 20,000 calories a day to keep up, mate. That's
it was a lot. It was a lot of activity, a lot of calories being burned every day, and then I just could never keep up eating wise.
What sport did you
Like
find yourself naturally excelling at when you were trying them all? Like, what was the one that you you didn't really have to try that hard at?
I'd say probably in high school, rugby and volleyball.
Nice, right?
I'm a
Rugby, were you a
very
hooker?
I'm a very like I didn't even know much about rugby. I just ran. I just got the ball and ran. Like I was
Right.
very agile. Every time someone would hand the ball over to me, I was at the other end of the pitch, basically doing my best to get a goal. But
So you were
to
better at
score,
running than you were at rugby, really. So running,
yeah. So I
cardio.
was running. I was running. I'm quite agile, so I'm spot on at sidestepping, getting around people. But the tackling part was always where I failed because I was quite a late guy. By volleyball as well, I'm a high jumper.
Really?
Always have
Volleyball,
been.
really?
Yeah, so I found that fairly
Did you enjoy
all
playing
right.
that?
It was good. It was
Aye,
good, especially in college when I played it. It was grand.
aye.
Got to play with a lot of folk. But anyways, what got me into personal training was when I finally decided enough was enough, and it's time to pack on some muscle. It's time to actually get bigger, grow out of my skinny kid phase. So what I did was started going to the gym, and the issue was I didn't know what to do. So as you do, you go to the internet, you search up how to get abs in 10 minutes,
Aye.
30-minute ab workout, and you blast them until you can't do any more sit-ups.
Spam them, as the
Obviously,
kids say. Yeah, spam the abs. Yeah. Aye.
obviously it doesn't work. Going to the gym, hitting the same muscle groups 3-4 times a week, um, just doing too much doesn't work. I started getting into like YouTubers like Athlete X, which is
Oh,
well,
I like that
which is
guy.
well known
I like
in
that
the
guy.
fitness space.
I've stole a
Aye,
few curls exercises for him, and like pointing the curl. I've stole a few things for that guy. He's good. I
aye.
like him.
No, he's brilliant information wise. The only problem was you would never know how to structure a program. So there I was at like 16, doing 3 sets of incline bench press, 3 sets of flat bench press, 3 sets of decline bench press, and then 3 sets of chest flies, just
Right.
to try get the most growth out of my chest.
And that was going to
And
say,
then
what is the problem there? What is the problem? As somebody new and more experienced, what is the problem with that workout that you were doing there?
the problem with that is your first couple sets are really the only sets where you're getting most growth out of. So 2 to 3 sets, especially as a beginner, because beginners fatigue really quickly. They don't have the neural adaptations to keep up with the exercise. So for beginners, I typically prescribe 2 sets just to warm up, let the nervous system adapt, and as they become intermediate, I'll usually kick that up to 3 sets.
How
It's
many
simply
hundreds of burpees do you make beginners do?
none. I don't like
What?
burpees.
You
I
don't
know,
like
I know.
burpees? Get off this
It's
fucking show. This show was built. I was built on burpees, my
uh,
man.
I mean, I've done a fair few burpees in my life as well. A lot of places do it, especially Muay Thai,
Oh,
as I'm
right,
sure
aye.
you're aware.
Well, here the
Um,
thing is, see when you're just talking there, I'm thinking about your journey and your fitness one. It mirrors mine, but off at the opposite scales. At the opposite
so
scales, because I was
you'll
giant,
find that a lot.
losing the weight, but I had the same kind of problems. And my thing was burpees. I hated it. I hated doing burpees because I got to a point where I just lost weight, and all I did was I spammed a fucking exercise bike. Didn't do any weight training at all, and went for like 35 stone down to about 12 and a half stone, doing
Aye.
yoga and an exercise bike, and that was it. So by the time I got round to doing an actual program and an online class with a pal of mine, I couldn't really do any of the strength stuff at all. I didn't really have much muscle. My legs were fucking jacked, but my upper body was terrible. So when I was doing burpees, I absolutely hated them. It was the fucking worst exercise. So I had to train my brain and think of that Mike Tyson quote: "Do what you hate, but do it like you love it." And I had to
Yeah.
rewire my brain to believe that I loved doing burpees. I did get a lot of benefit out of it. So
Yeah, well, the thing with weight loss is as long as you end up getting into a calorie deficit, no matter how you're doing it, you're going to lose that weight. So if you sit on a spin bike for hours and hours and then you end up in a calorie deficit, then you're going to lose that weight, regardless
you
of
know,
what
building
anyone
muscle
says.
though, you need to have you need to
That's
have
the
strength
issue.
in it. You need to put strength and
If your
conditioning in
only
there.
goal is to simply lose weight and you don't care about muscle, then there's nothing wrong with just going into a calorie deficit. But if you're someone that wants to have a bit of strength about you, wants to have some size afterwards, you really need to get into the gym and start lifting heavy ass weights. And I say heavy ass weights because a lot of people have the misinterpretation that all you need to do is go in the gym, grab some light weights, spam that for 15 to 20 reps over 3 to 4 sets, and then you'll be golden. The the problem is you build muscle when you're going heavy, as heavy as you can for let's say 6 to 15 reps. It's a wide rep range, so you have a lot of leeway. Just figure out what section of the range works for you and then build upon that.
You're a big proponent of intensity in your workouts. And when I was looking down at your videos and stuff like that, I'm a big fan of the Mike Menser method. Like you say, like rather than spamming like light weights for high reps, I prefer to do heavier
Exactly.
weights for lower reps, but really fucking mean it when you're lifting them and really
Aye.
clench everything right to your
It's
ass.
all about intent, just as you're saying.
Aye, and because the thing is, and like I say, I'm the same as yourself, mate. I steal for everything, steal for everybody I see. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, famously, obviously, but said about the mind muscle. Like, just think about it. Just really concentrate on the muscles that you're working. That makes a fucking huge difference when you're lifting with intent, heavy stuff, and struggling, but full intensity. Your body responds to that much more than, getting into the gym and doing fucking 12 sets at like half the weights,
Yeah, no, if you don't go into the gym with intent, you're going to go in half-arsing it. So let's say you're, you're scheduled to do an intense session for 4 reps of each set of each exercise, right? But you go in half-arsed and you only get 1 or 2 reps. You're leaving a lot of stimulus and gains on the table. You're not going to get much out of that set, and that's what's going to fuck you up later on.
Is it
It's
still
not
better
helping
than
you in
nothing
any way.
though? Is it still better than nothing
It
though?
depends on your goals. See, fitness wise, if you just want to get fitter, I'd say something is always better than nothing. But if you have very specific goals like strength training, muscle building, it does matter what you're doing.
You need discipline for that. So back into your timeline then, you start getting into the reps more. When do you start noticing that you're gaining the weight and you start getting a grip on the nutrition and stuff like that?
Here's the thing, I didn't. So because I was doing so much and I didn't give myself any time to recover,
Right.
and you remember my food, my issue with food, I still wasn't getting enough in. So after every session, I was aching and my muscles were burning and not in a normal way. And then I'd go home, I'd have the smallest bit of chicken, some sweets, crisps, some juice, and then that'll be me. I'd be going to sleep for 8 hours,
Right.
thinking that was enough, of course, me and my stupid youth. But only when I went to college and I got my HND for fitness, health, and exercise, which allowed me to become a personal trainer, that's when I realized that less is more, but with intent.
Yep.
So it goes back to the amount of sets I was talking about earlier. I was doing 3 sets of upper, flat, and lower bench, and then 3 sets of chest flies. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 12 sets in one session. That is way more
Too
than
much.
anyone can recover from. The only people who are possibly recovering from that is bodybuilders that are 100 kilos lean and on steroids.
I was going to say, so a lot of people with a lot more weight to them and on a lot more fucking juice as well. Aye.
Yeah, yeah. But people that are blasting steroids have a lot more leeway than people who are natural like me. Like they
Aye.
can recover from pretty much
I
anything
was
in
going
a
to say the
short period of
recovery
time.
thing is the big advantage of steroids. People think steroids is just a jab in your arse and then you wake up like the next day like the nutty professor, only you're jacked for being a fat cunt. It doesn't work like that. You still have to put the work in, but the recovery is the
Yeah,
thing. It allows you to go heavier again a lot more if you're natural than if you were natural.
yeah, exactly. Like with my strength sessions, recovery is important. So most people, I'm sure you can relate at some point in your life, most people don't like waiting more than a minute between each set because either they're nervous that someone's going to be judging them for taking too long or they're just impatient. However, when I'm training, I'm going so intense that I need at least 3 to 5 minutes.
You need that
Like
break in between. Aye.
sometimes if I've had an extra hard set, I'm sitting there for those 5 minutes, catching my breath, and then I'm going back again.
What do you think of mobile phones during that process? I see a lot of people when they're in their their cool down and stuff like that, start fucking doom scrolling. What do you make of that?
Um, well, me personally, I'm not too bothered about it.
What?
I know a lot of older guys.
Fuck you.
Um,
Thanks.
I know a lot of older guys that have been to like bodybuilding gyms and like gyms that aren't commercial. They're always heavily against it, which is fair enough because you're used to going to a gym, getting that community aspect, talking to people, getting a conversation out of them, working in between sets with them. But in commercial gyms, it really just can't be helped. Uh, it's usually adhering to a younger audience, and younger audiences are always glued to their phone.
This is true. I
So
don't know
it's
because I don't go to a regular gym. I've got my garage
uh,
that's kitted out as a gym, so I just use
if
that.
you go to a
But
regular gym, you can't avoid it. It's
I
just
have been,
impossible.
and I've seen it. And the thing that it fucking annoys me about it is know that there's a gym community. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm sweating, my fucking hair is on my face, and I don't
Uh,
want to talk to or see anybody. I'm in a public gym. It's they're wasting their time. They're disconnecting for what they're doing. I don't
uh,
think that. I think that's probably if there's a science in there. I want to see it with people who doom scroll in between sets to
well,
people who don't.
it's funny you mentioned that, right? There was a couple, I can't remember the studies, but there was a couple done where it took people who sat on their phone in between sets and folk who didn't.
Right.
Um, I think it was a minor study, but the folk who didn't do anything, no music, no phones in between their sets, recovered a lot faster.
There you
Because
go.
after your set, especially if you've gone heavy, you're focusing on your breath, you're controlling your breath, and you're lowering your heart rate. That gets you ready and primed for your next set a lot quicker.
See, I learned that part for Bass Rutten, who's a famous MMA, who's my favourite fighter and stuff like that. He does a lot of stuff with breath work. So I stole a lot of, like, my recovery stuff is a lot of deep breathing in through your nose into your diaphragm and move your intercostal muscles and all that. So
there's a lot of popular breath work exercises that go 10 to 20 minutes that elite athletes do before they train, just to get themselves primed and ready.
I've seen the jiu-jitsu guys do stuff like that.
Aye.
So where were we in your timeline there? So you're not quite figuring out the nutrition part of it yet. When did you figure that part out?
I think I figured that part out into my second year of college. Right. Like, nutrition is something that's incredibly difficult to understand. It's easy to overcomplicate. So the basic macronutrients, fats, carbohydrates, proteins. You learn about them in the first year of college, right? But you don't necessarily understand it because you're thinking to yourself, it's not clicking. Like, where's this magic piece of information to understand nutrition? And the truth is that everyone knows what they should be doing with their nutrition. It's just they're struggling to think of meals, like actual meals for their nutrition, and stick to it. So personal trainers and coaches can't prescribe you actual meals. Like, you're gonna have a spaghetti carbonara this night, you're gonna have lasagna this night, you're gonna have chicken and rice this night, simply by the fact that they're not allowed to, because they only registered dietitians can ever tell you what food you should be eating to reach your goals, like planning the meals for you. So when I'm giving nutritional advice, or I'm giving them their nutritional program, I'm giving them foods and veggies and fruits that they can eat to help reach their goals and their macros, but not the actual meals. Right. So it'll be like potatoes, starchy, very good source of carbohydrates. Grilled chicken, better than fried chicken, a little bit healthier. It's a big long fact sheet. They can
I get what you mean. But you're giving,
if they want.
You're giving them the preparation.
The most important part is I make sure they know what their calories are. I make sure they know how much carbs, protein, and fat I want them to have, because those are really the most important things and the general things you need to understand. If you can understand how to read a nutrition label on the back of a Haribo packet, then you're basically golden. Like, as long as there's something there to track, you're able to reach your nutritional goals.
I don't understand all the Izines and fucking all these words I do not understand and stuff like that. I keep it very simple to me when I'm on my diet. When I'm eating donuts and I'm eating shite and I fall off, but that's like 20% of the year. 80% I'm really good. 1 month out of the year, my birthday month, which is March, I always do a carnivore diet. And that is a fucking stinky month, mate. It really is bad. It's just meat and eggs and wee bit of cheese. Which is very extreme, but for me, it's a body reset. It's a very extreme thing. I'm no telling everybody out there to fucking start doing carnivore diet. I stole that for Joe Rogan many years ago, right? And it's a good reset for my body. And every single year, if I stick to it for the first to the end of the month, I'll lose at least 14 pounds of fat. At least a stone. And it's just a good reset, and it gets me back in, so that after that I have a birthday cake, and then sometimes some years I've went fucking really crazy, but dial it back in so that then I start introducing fruits and then wee bits of veg here and there and stuff, and more chicken and fish and for oils and all that kind of shit. So to me, I keep my diet in a regular day, one ingredient. That's my rule. I want everything to have as little ingredients as possible that I eat. If I'm eating a burger, that burger is just made of meat. It's not got any fucking shit in it. It's not even got eggs in it. It's not got nothing in it. It's just minced meat that I've made into a ball and I've stuck in the air fryer. Might have a wee bit of seasoning on it if I'm being good to myself, but usually no. Maybe rice. Sometimes sweet potato fries, but I get sweet potatoes and fucking chop them up. But I don't cook them too much, because cooking them obviously increases the glycogen in them, so you want to kind of try and be as healthy as possible, but have something that actually tastes good. That's the fucking problem that people are suffering with.
So you're an ingredients guy, which is grand. Like everything always tastes better when you make it in such a way that you've just grabbed the actual only thing you want and then you cook it.
That's it.
It's especially with burgers that see if I go to Aldi right now and I buy a beef patty, right, it's gonna have like 30% fat and it's gonna have a long list of shit that's been added to it
Aye.
for essentially no reason other than to preserve it. When you go to the butcher and you get a nice raw slab of minced beef and you squish it down, it's 100% beef. There's
Mhm.
nothing else in it. There's going to be some amounts of fat, but it's 100% beef, and
Good though. The
that's all
thing
right.
I love, and my little daughter, who's only 4, loves sausages, and we have a Sunday breakfast. And mate, just out of curiosity, I always get my rule is with pork links is it has to be above 90% meat. If it's above 90% meat, we can have it, and we don't have it a lot, right? If see when you look at shit like Richmond's, I'm going to fucking name and shame them. Richmond's, there's like 44% pork in a sausage. What the fuck is that made of? What is really in that? It's no
I
sausage.
think can't even remember right, but I think it's mostly pork and water.
Aye.
That's what it's made of. Sometimes it's mixed with a little bit of beef and a little bit of turkey as
There's
well.
44% fucking pork in a pork link. I don't want to care. I don't care the rest of it's water. It doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a really a pork guy. I used to be. I used to have a lot of link sausages, a lot of bacon, but I just went off it. It ended up being too fatty for me eventually,
Aye.
and I was like, no thanks. It didn't bother me getting rid of it.
So I keep it to a wee treat sort of thing, and a square sausage as well, which is fucking
Aye,
horribly bad for you. It's got cows' noses in it and hooves and
aye.
fuck nose in it, but it is very bad
But
for you too. But it tastes
but
great. What do we do here?
but going back to your carnivore thing, I'd never myself recommend extreme diets to anyone either. Simply by the fact you're missing out on a lot of vitamins and minerals by doing that. But if you find personally that that works for you and that helps you shed some weight, then I don't see any issue with doing it as long as it's not what your whole life is sticking to.
No,
Like I don't
exactly.
have any issue with doing it for a couple months and then going back to a balanced diet. There's no problem with that. Just as long as over the long term you're keeping in the vegetables, the starchy carbs, and the fruits.
Hmm.
Like,
Why? How does that benefit you?
well, see, the thing with extreme diets, right, is see if you take fruit only, fruitarianism even, and
Is
they're
that a
only
thing? Is that a thing?
yes, it's a massive thing. It was a thing back in 2022, I think, where
Oh, back in
people
the fucking
only
day,
eat fruit.
2022, really?
Aye.
Fruitarian is so that's so funny. That's the first I've ever heard that, mate.
So you only eat fruit
Right.
for your whole diet. So that's bananas, apples, anything that can classify as
Where are you
fruit.
getting protein for?
Fuck knows, mate. Seeds,
A lot of
seeds
plant
is where
protein, I
you're
guess,
getting your
but
protein.
there's none in
Aye, that is
fruit.
plant protein, but that's what I'm about to go on to say. Those people have next to no muscle whatsoever because there's no protein to sustain it. Like, if you think vegans are bad, fruitarianism is even worse.
Mm.
Like, a lot of people, vegans still take vegan blend protein shakes and whatnot
Just
to
going to
help
stop
them
you
do it.
1 wee second, mate, because I was an extreme dieter, still am to a degree, 35 stone, blah, blah, blah. I was a vegan for a good portion of my life, which was maybe about 18 months, I'd say. It's a fucking long time being a vegan. And see, when I
Aye.
first done that, I was like, "Ah, this is the ticket. I have fun, the fucking cheat code. I've got so much energy. I feel great. I'm losing fat. I'm eating tons. I'm never fucking full and I'm eating tons. And I'm still losing weight 'cause I'm working out and everything. See, about 3 months into that, I'm like, what the fuck happened to my neck? Where are my legs went? And I
Aye.
was like, no, it's good to get better. It's good. I'll eat more. Just eat more vegan. Mate, it was up and doing, up and doing. And about 18 months I done that until I was like, I cannot do this anymore. It's no
Aye,
right.
that's the thing. It's incredibly hard to sustain any muscle. And if you're trying to build muscle by going to the gym, all
Impossible.
you're doing is making it worse because the amount of protein synthesis which is required to build muscle is completely overtaken by protein breakdown. So if you're not getting enough protein, you're not building muscle, and that's that. People try to supplement that with protein shakes, but if you've not got enough in your diet, you're still going to struggle with it. You're
Hmm.
still going to struggle to gain a lot of size. and most likely, especially in a fruitarianism type of type of diet, the risk of death substantially increases.
What is the big difference in the synthesized, like the shake protein, and just good old fashioned cow meat beef protein? And
Well,
what's the benefits to both?
protein shakes are literally just taken from milk or similar products, taken shoved into a powder, so you can put it in more milk or you can put it in water, shake it. It's just to make it easier to get your protein in.
Right.
Like for folk that struggle to eat, particularly, it's just easy to get a protein shake, get exactly what you need, and then that's you.
What is the ideal intake of protein for an adult man?
So the minimum, like for someone that doesn't exercise, the minimum is zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.7 grams per kilogram of body weight. So you actually don't need to get a lot of protein in to keep the muscle you've got as a person that doesn't lift weights or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But as you begin to lift weights, then that's when you need to start increasing that. So beginners, they can't synthesize the protein, or after working it out, their body doesn't break it down as efficiently as intermediate or advanced lifters. So they should generally take more protein. I'd say on the 1.5 grams to 1.8 grams per kilogram of body weight.
Mm.
So that can be quite a lot depending how extensive the exercise is. Let's say if you're doing Muay Thai 6 days a week and then you're lifting weights 3 days a week, um, it could go up to 2 grams or even
Mm-hmm.
2.2 grams. It solely depends, but most of the time you're not ever going to go above 1.7,
But
1.8.
because if you've got a schedule like that, then you need a lot of muscle recovery and you need a lot of help in that muscle recovery
Yeah,
because there's a lot of output. So you need to fucking get some protein. It's
yeah,
always pounds I date in American money, so I always feel it to be 1 gram per pound of body weight at
yeah.
least. That's kind of
I
like
think it's actually changed with newer studies saying you
right,
can go 0.8 grams per pound of body weight.
right. I always try
Um,
and never let it slip
It's
below the
honestly
one.
constantly changing. Sometimes it's impossible to keep up with unless you're reading all the papers
Of course, right.
constantly.
When I first started doing that as a measurement, now I'm not really strict on it or anything like that, but at first I was like putting on weight and losing weight because I'm trying to find the right thing that is, I'm finding stuff that's high in protein but is also very calorific as well, such as fucking almonds. I love almonds, but in
Yeah,
a handful of almonds, people, do you know it's like 600 fucking calories in like 12 almonds?
do
And
you
I'm
know
shoveling
how?
bags and bags. Mate, I was, for the longest time, I was going to get into one of the, I think like 800 grams of mixed nuts, so with almonds and
Aye,
cashews. And I was eating 2 bags of them a night, right? While I was busting my hole in the gym in my garage, right? I was doing jiu-jitsu at the time. I was fucking doing the exercise bike again. I was lifting weights. I had a physical job, and I was eating right all day long, just fucking meat and cheese, really nothing else. And at night time, I was swallowing them, thinking I'm doing good, and that's my wee treat at night. But I'm still cool, no counting calories or anything. I started putting on weight, and it's
aye.
frying my brain. I'm thinking, I can't be put. How the fuck have I still got fat in my belly? I'm working out every day in life.
I'll tell you the thing about nuts and all that. See, they're very filled with fat, so it's healthy fat, but they're so full of fat, and 1 gram of fat typically calculates to 9 calories. So I've actually got a bag of Sensations
Oh,
pie jelly peanuts in front of me right now.
nice.
So
The
I'm going
coated
to
ones. Oh,
per
nice.
so this is a 150-gram bag, and per 100 grams, it's 41 grams of carbs, 34 grams of fat, and only 15 grams of protein. That is a shit ton of calories, and it works out to 537 calories. And that's not even including the extra 50 grams that I've not counted.
I was going to say, so how much calories is in that full bag?
So, so you've got 537 as 100. So divide that by two and then add that on.
I can't do math date for me.
I can't do math either, mate. See, the only math I can do is 20 plus 20 equals 60. Like,
Right, well, let's move on. I was right at math, right, good. So whereabouts are we now in your timeline? When did you decide that you've got enough knowledge and you've got the passion clearly for it? Obviously, you're going to college and stuff. How many years at college did you do, and when did you decide that you wanted to be a personal trainer?
Well, I actually wasn't planning on being a personal trainer in the first place. I was fresh to Thai boxing. I just wanted to stick to that for a while.
So we get fucking
Um,
more Thai boxing. Can you see behind me? You see what that is? Do you see that?
I can't really see it
Can
now.
you see? Look, this is my daughter's Thai boxing shirt from Phoenix Rising. Shout out Phoenix Rising. Podcast on the back. So you're another fucking Thai boxer.
See, I know Andy Lowe, and I've been to a few of their sessions.
Oh,
actually,
there
so
you go. There you
I
go.
trained
Right.
in
Did you
Glasgow
train?
Thai Boxing Academy for a while.
Right. Nice. Nice.
And then just as I was about to leave school, I wasn't going to go to college or anything. I was just going to get a job and train Muay Thai because that was the life at the time. And then my mentor at the time in college, in high school, she was like to me, please, Craig, just go to this little school convention where colleges are going to come up and introduce themselves to you. And if you don't fancy any of it, then fine, you don't need to go to college. But I want you to give it a chance and see if you like anything. So I went to it a couple of days later, and oh my god, this hyperactive, hyperactive guy that had about 3 cups of coffee in the last 30 minutes came up to me absolutely jittering, and he was like, "You're right, mate. How's it going, mate? Love your hair, mate. Like your shoes, mate. What you doing today, mate?" And I'm like, "All right, how are you? I'm all right." And he was like, "I'm from Glasgow Kelvin College, and we'd love you to come and do one of our courses." So I started going through courses, and I saw fitness, health, and exercise. And I was like, "That, tell me a little bit about it." And he was telling me all the modules, and I was like, "This is genuinely really attractive to me because it's the stuff that I struggle with in the gym, and it's what I want to get more knowledge about." So I was like, "Sign me up." Got accepted for non-conditional, and then I just went.
I like that. I
After
like that you picked something that you struggled with, that you wanted a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, so I love to learn, but the issue was the environment I was learning at before. Because when I got to college, I was astounded by how much information you could learn in a short amount of time. All it takes is a friendly environment. Because when I was at high school, it was fairly toxic all the time. But friendly environment with people that actually want you to learn instead of just doing it because it's their job. The folk at Glasgow Kelvin College are absolutely amazing, especially the fitness staff. They're just grand.
That's what I've always found the biggest difference between school and college is everybody in college wants to be there, including the students. You're no fucking made to go. You know what I mean? You're no made to be there. You're all there wanting to learn it. That's fantastic, man. So how did the personal trainer thing start then for that guy?
So it was literally I was just gonna go try the course. I was just gonna go try the course out since I liked working out, and then I was thinking I'm really into this. I'm learning a lot, and I've learned differently from so many myths on the internet that I want to help other people learn how to actually get stronger in a way that'll work for them rather than just kind of throwing around weight hoping it'll do something. So that's when I started to decide I'll be a PT. It gets to the end of year 2 and I'm absolutely buzzing to get out there, get in a gym and start coaching people. And that's basically what I've done.
Brilliant. That's amazing, mate. So tell me, what makes you stand out for the others? Because it is a growth industry, online coaching. It's also a very saturated one. So what makes you, with your fucking red hair and handsome face, stand out for the crowd?
So a lot of people in...
What is with the red hair anyway, by the way? What's with the red hair?
The red hair, I just like it, mate.
Nice, good. Right, continue.
Like, my girlfriend had red hair, and then I was like, I'm gonna dye my hair red.
He copied a bird.
And then we were twinning. So I was like, it actually looks good on me, so I just kept it.
Get it, nice one, like it. Right, go, continue.
But the community is filled with a lot of you need high volume to get stronger. You need really high volume to get bigger. And I was like, not a lot of people are doing the minimalist mindset. Like you get Mike Mentor and all that. They were like, you only need to do a few sets of really heavy reps.
Dorian Yates, obviously, is another famous one.
Dorian Yates, he did a podcast with Andrew Huberman. It was amazing.
It was
amazing. Listen, Um, but I had a similar mindset to them, and I knew a lot of people, especially in Glasgow, don't follow that mindset. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to help people get stronger, and that's how I'm going to present myself. I'm not the best at social media yet, but
Same,
just
mate.
like
Listen, no, I know I want to talk to you about that kind of thing as well. But so you're targeting yourself then specifically just Glasgow. Is that because are you doing one-on-one PT with people, or online coaching is everybody is
yeah.
fucking
So
worldwide?
in person, I do 1-to-1, 2-to-1 if you want to bring a friend, which is generally cheaper for both of them at the same time.
Sexy, right?
I do boxercise, and I do athletic development
What's
because I
boxer
really
size?
so it's literally you're doing boxing for fitness, so you're not boxing or learning it to fight. You're just doing it to get some exercise. And
Aye,
like you with the spin bike,
right.
that's what people tend to do for their fitness as well.
So you're hitting the bag and stuff like that, and doing like skipping
So
ropes and
it's more like just a big conditioning session
right. Okay, I
with
get you.
some
Right,
pad work
I
thrown in as
understand.
well.
Right, nice. Right.
But right now, I've been focusing on. I want to focus on athletic development, but to build up to that, I need to focus. I need to learn how to coach further because obviously I'm still new to the industry. I want to get
Mm-hmm.
as good as I can, so I'm focusing on strength, building muscle, and just helping people feel more confident in the gym. Because those are all things I can relate with. People tend to gravitate towards people that relate to them,
Mm-hmm.
and I can relate with struggling to get stronger, struggling to get bigger, struggling to feel motivated and confident to get in the gym, and that's really what helps clients reach their goal is relating to someone and
Absolutely.
having someone that knows what they're doing tell you what to do.
Speaking about that, right? What is your thoughts on fat personal trainers?
But personal trainers, it really depends because I know for a fact there's a lot of fat personal trainers out there that are fantastic. One of the lecturers at Glasgow Kelvin I was telling you about, he's not in the best shape of his life, right? But he's an amazing coach. He's a very sociable person, and the only reason why he put on that little bit of weight was because he had an injury
Ah,
that he's not really super mobile enough to really get as lean as some people would like the personal trainers to be.
right.
I don't mean to call him out by name though.
No, that's fair. No,
um,
that's an absolutely fair example of that. Me, I can't stand fat personal trainers. I think it's a
there's
fucking abomination.
see, I think as long as these personal trainers are visibly improving over time, like
Mm,
let's say they've had the same journey as me, right, into personal training, except instead of being skinny, they start off as fat. See if they're losing that weight over time, no matter how little it is, and they're putting in the effort and they're still willing to improve,
mm-hmm.
then I think that's an example to lead by because a lot of people, no matter what their body fat percentage is, they go to the gym, they don't put in the effort, and they
Aye.
just have an on and off relationship. If you
Mm.
can dedicate yourself to it, no matter what body fat percentage you're at, and you try to improve yourself, I have respect for you no matter what.
See, the reason that I built my gym in my garage is because I was far too self conscious to go into an actual gym and start working out. So I asked myself, maybe if I saw a fat personal trainer like back in the day, I might have been more inclined to go and be that person in public and actually work out in the gym. That might have helped a wee bit. I'm not too sure, but I don't
Mhm.
know about it. I'm
See,
fucking conflicted.
that's the thing about confidence in the gym. Quite like Muay Thai, when it comes to spar and whatnot, you need to throw yourself so far into the deep end and then just figure out how to deal with it. Same thing with the gym. No one gives a single flying fuck about you or what you're doing. Some people might look at you and think, "Oh, he's here to improve himself. That's amazing."
Hmm.
But most of the time, unless you've gone to like an absolute shit show of a gym, people are going to think nothing about you because they're focusing on themselves. And that's where you just need to get over it. Just take a few steps in the gym, go for a couple of weeks, and then you'll begin to gain confidence very quickly.
It is a crazy mindset because you're in there and I'm thinking to myself, everybody's going to be going, look at that fat guy. What the fuck is he doing in there? When you're actually, if it's true, then hell, I'm a fat guy in a gym. I'm still. Everybody needs to start somewhere.
Yeah, like I said before, if no matter your body fat percentage, if you're in the gym improving yourself, I have respect for you no matter what.
Mm.
One of my clients had a membership to my gym for a couple of months, And when we first met up to talk, she's never been to the gym. That was the first time she was in the gym. So I gave her a tour around, and then when it got to our first session, I made sure to take it nice and slow, introduce her to everything she needed to know. And then every week as she's came with me, she's gotten more and more confident, and she'd be showing up to the gym more and more without me needing to be there. So that's what it is. It's
That's
getting it
nice,
out
man.
the
You're
way
fostering that
and just
confidence
trying to
in
show
them,
up.
so that they trust you, sort of thing. And then it's
Exactly.
like
And
you're, no,
if you
sorry, I was
can't
going to say,
bring
it's like
yourself,
you're instilling a structure in them. That's your job, really, innit? You need to instill a
yeah,
really positive structure in them that they can carry on, hopefully, without you being there. Because you can't fucking hold their horn forever.
no, no. But yeah, even if you can't find the confidence to go yourself, reaching out to someone who works there at a gym is usually going to be the most comforting thing ever, rather than just going in there and not knowing anyone. Because they'll talk to you, they'll converse with you. It's really it's nice to have someone to talk to when you're going somewhere new. Um,
Social
but I
media,
and
let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about social media. So you're shy to social media, so you say, so am I, mate, so am I. And I just had
it's
a social
unbelievable.
media content creator on the show, and she gave me a couple of wee tips and things like that. And I'm not tell, I'll tell you, I maybe not tell you, I don't know. Where do you feel you struggle in social media? How do you think you in that business is going to stand out?
See, everything in social media is measured by views, right? When you're starting off, you really struggle to get those views. Like I realized that you just need to post more and more and more and more. Even the stuff that isn't the best, as long as you're posting it, you're still getting yourself out there. But
That
it's
was one of
really,
the tips that she said. She said, doesn't it mean
aye,
people get caught up on take after take? That's no right. That's no right. I don't feel and care about what I look like. I've got a strand of hair here or something. Just fucking post it. Just post it.
it's really incredibly difficult to get yourself out there as a new person on social media because it's already so saturated with all
Yep.
these fitness influencers. But see, there's just it's really difficult, and you do need to just keep posting and posting and posting. And what I struggle with social media is every time I set up the camera and I start talking to it, I stutter. I go like what constantly, and then it takes me about 10 takes to get 1 minute of footage. And
Aye.
I'm like, I'm burnt out from that. It's been 45 minutes of recording. I've got 1 minute of footage out of that. So I'm going to go to bed, sleep it off, and I'll try again the next day. So
How do you solve
that's
that? I
the,
think you just don't give a fuck about it. I think you know what you're going to say and you and all the way through it. And the more you do that, the less you and ah. I'm a podcaster, mate. We're coming up on 50 episodes. I still say it right too many times. I still go, I talk myself. A lot of the show is an audio show as well. So it's just me and the mic, just talking to
uh,
fucking nothing, like yourself, talking into a camera. You have what you have to say on it, but you want to be natural. I just always feel like I come across better on my show when I'm being natural and I'm not thinking about the wee kind of grammar, like pauses sort of thing, the wee kind of crutches, the grammatical
yeah.
crutches. I'm not thinking of them. Just keep them in. Fuck them. Doesn't matter. Well, people,
Yeah,
they come
it
and they go.
comes
It's
back
all right.
to just like fitness. It comes back to confidence again.
Aye.
See if you're not confident, you're going to make these mistakes. But again, you just need to not pay attention to them. If you learn to deal with it, then that's when you'll come across more smoothly and confidently in your videos, which is something I'm still trying to learn through because I absolutely can't stand here myself with all these grammatical errors in my videos, and I'm like, peace.
I can't stand being on camera. I hate being on camera, but I realise podcasting these days is a very visual thing. So I thought I need to bring a visual element into it.
Yeah.
So I've just started doing this. This is very recent, doing the whole thing, and I'm getting used to it as well. I think it's, and let's say I'm trying to grab clips, put them on social media. Things hit. I say crazy shit sometimes, like fucking panda bears on the reel, and I believe in flat Earth and stuff, and they get a bit of traction, but they don't grab a lot of followers. The retention rate's no great because what I'm dealing with is kind of the same kind of problem I think as you, is that most of the stuff that I believe is of interest to my listeners is long form, is at least 3-4 minutes or something. We're talking through an idea, a story, whatever it may be, reacting to something, whatever it may be. That isn't anything that grabs a viral
Yeah.
thing on there. You're trying to express a workout regime or an exercise or something like that. You need people to pay attention for that whole fucking time, because form is important, the reps that you do is important, watching everything is very important for that. And it's a 5 to 7 second window that we have to grab these fucking people's
Yeah.
attention.
In a world of AI generated brain rot, absolute slot,
But
people
let's
don't
take a
have that.
sidebar. Let's take a sidebar. What do you think about this? Because here's something that has been a cancer in your industry over the last even just fucking 2 weeks. Every personal trainer, no matter what they do, their poster is that AI fucking
I know
the
exactly what one
you
you're
do know the
talking about. I can't
paintbrush
stand the look
thing.
of it. Yeah.
It's fucking every,
Black,
but even
blue, red
really,
paintbrush.
it's even really professional people. It's fucking annoying me.
I think it's the most ugliest thing ever. I actually can't stand it.
Me too, mate.
Like,
Aye. How do we get
it's
around that kind of
disgusting.
thing? What do you think about
Uh,
AI becoming a cancer to the fucking everything? It really is when it comes to
uh,
that. It's
I
laziness.
think we can't stop it. The only thing we can try learn to do is differentiate it between real life people and what they're saying and what ChatGPT is saying to someone. Because
Aye.
while ChatGPT is all right, it's not the worst AI out there. It gives somewhat accurate information. It's just not the best at prescribing fitness routines to specific people for their specific goals.
No, because people are always
Like,
going to need somebody like you, because you can tailor it to the actual person.
for example, see, I was talking to a Scottish pro bodybuilder in the gym in my gym the last couple of days. Holly's a brilliant guy. He started off with using ChatGPT for his nutritional tracking, and what he found was it wasn't tracking his calories right, and he was losing way
Oh,
too much weight when he was trying to build muscle.
well, that's
So
crazy, really.
so no matter what anyone says to me, AI is all right for prescribing some workouts, but if you've got a specific goal, that's when you either need to get a coach or dial in with your own knowledge, or Google it, go onto PubMed and start researching.
PubMed, what's that?
So it's just PubMed is just where a bunch of science people put a bunch of journal articles for you to read.
Oh, right, okay, and then you can get a bit of knowledge for that as well.
It's got loads. It's brilliant.
You seem like the kind of pet, like I'm like me. You kind of, you're a magpie. You kind of pick this and that sort of thing for yourself, and you've kind of you've got your knowledge through that. What is there anything that you've seen recently that you've been very impressed by, that you've seen on Instagram or anything like that?
On Instagram, I think impressed by it's probably going to be people are starting to take the a science route, but not the extreme science route where they go, if you're not benching this amount, or if you're not doing the frequency of this, if you're not doing this exact split, and if you're not doing all that, if you're not doing 10 exercises per body part to maximize growth, then you're doing it wrong. We've started to shift from that to a more relaxed mindset of, if you find something that works for you, do it. If you want to if you want a specific body part to get bigger or stronger, pick an exercise that targets it and get stronger and stronger at it as strong as you can over a period of time. A mistake I see a lot of people doing is changing their programs up constantly. See,
Mm.
my opinion about that is very strong. So when you're starting your program, it takes, for beginners, it can take up to 12 weeks for neuro adaptations to set. And what that means is, when you're starting these new exercises, it's not your muscles that are necessarily getting stronger, it's your brain that's getting more efficient at translating your limbs into movements. So if I'm doing a bench press as a beginner, it's going to take me from 4, possibly up to 12 weeks, depending on the person,
Hmm.
to learn that movement, how to do it efficiently. After that period of time, that's when you start to get stronger muscular wise, and that's when you start to properly build muscle. So you can't just go one routine for 4 weeks, see that it's not working, and then a new routine for 4 weeks, changing it constantly.
Hmm.
Which is why I have a 3 month minimum term with my clients, so that they can see, actually, I didn't see it in the first couple of weeks, but now that we're 12 weeks in, I'm seeing quite a lot of progress. I'll give you an example. One of my clients started off with me doing leg extensions. It could barely do 24 kilograms. And I think his lat pull down was 65 kilograms.
Mm.
Um, Today, as he's finished with me, he's finished training with me because he's got quite a lot of confidence and he knows how to train himself now. He is doing basically 90 something kilograms on the leg extension. He's doing 89 kilograms on the lat pull down, and all of his lifts have increased by a substantial amount.
It's just a big difference, isn't it?
And it was a
In the
massive
legs,
difference
aye.
from when he started with me, because he had a lot of mobility issues. So our first month we focused on mobility. Months 2 and 3, we focused on really strength training, and it worked. So now he's away off into the gym himself,
Nice one.
doing what he can and continuing to improve.
The
So
kind of the thought process I remember before was you change your workout around because you're wanting to shock your body to start kind of growing muscle again, and that was a lot
well,
of
there's a lot of people misinterpret that
mm,
because when they say shock the body, they're just meaning progressive overload. See, when you're going from a 15 kilogram bicep curl and you're skipping to, let's say, 25, that's shocking the muscle because that's putting a lot more tension on it than what it's used to. So we grow through mechanical tension, which is when a signal your body sends out when you're lifting really heavy weight, and that's what causes the muscle growth. You
mm,
need to constantly improve mechanical tension because your body adapts really fast. So if let's say 15 kilo dumbbell curl is really hard for me this week, and in 2 weeks time, it's not as bad, and I can do 3 4 extra reps. What I can do after that is I can then put up the weight that shocks the muscle,
mm,
and the muscle building continues. That's
mm.
called progressive overload.
But
You're
rather than
constantly
change the
making it harder.
exercise, just make it harder by making the fucking weights heavier.
Yeah. Now, if you want to try new exercises, right, and you want to do other stuff, you can either, if it doesn't add too much volume, you can either add it into your program, or when you're done with your current program, you can just switch it then. Because if you've if you're doing a program for a while, there's no reason why you can't switch it up
To
as
keep
long
it
as it's
interesting
not
for you, because
constantly changing.
this is a problem that a lot of people have is they get dialed in, but then they get bored, and then maybe change the exercise about, and then maybe not see anything else. Then they get bored
Yeah,
again as
I'm
well.
quite bad for that myself. I used to switch it about constantly, simply by the fact that I got bored fast. But I've
Aye.
learned from my mistakes and I'm improving now.
So what's the goal now going forward, Craig? What is the goal with your PT and your online
Um,
coaching?
so at the start of PT, personal training careers, it's quite hard because there's next to no income. You're paying rent to a gym, and you're also working in a gym. So it's quite difficult. The folk I'm working with, NRG, have been really nice to me. They're giving me extra time so I can get extra money at the end of the month. Um, but it is really quite
Give them a shout
difficult
out.
if you
Where's that
don't get clients
facility?
fast. Sorry?
Give them a shout out. Where is that facility?
NRG Gym Glasgow. It's near Costco, just above Tesco at St Wallach's
Right.
Park.
St. Rollocks
It's,
Business Park. There
it's
we
it's
go.
brilliant. Lots of space, great equipment.
Nice advert. That's it.
Casual wee shout out for them. But I know they've been really nice to me, helping me grow.
Good.
The environment really matters. If you go somewhere where they're like, "Give me your money, you're gonna work these hours," and they're just arseholes to you, you're
Mm.
not gonna grow. In fact, you're not gonna want to go, and you're gonna quit very quickly. Most personal trainers quit within the year because they just can't hack it.
Is that right?
By the fact that in the first year there is not a lot of money at all.
Aye,
So once you get past that 1 year mark of training people, then that's when it can possibly start picking up. But you need to put in constant effort as much as you can. And that's why I need to get better at social media because
aye.
everything's online now. All the
That's
advertising's
it.
online. I can only do so much by talking to people in the gym.
Hmm. You have to be keeping challenging yourself as well, though, don't you? How old of a man are you?
21.
For fuck's sake, really, at 21?
Yeah.
Right. This is
I
called the
mean,
Nothing Is Over podcast. Usually we have fucking old people in here trying to reinvent themselves.
I think you're the first person that's called me young because my whole family have been calling me an old bastard for like the last
What?
year.
No, they're very young, mate. You're very young. You're right at the start of what is, I'm sure, going to be a
Of course, I've got
flourishing
so many
career.
years to improve.
Absolutely. That's a great thing to say. That's a wonderful thing to say. But you're
It's all
continually
about mindset.
challenging yourself, though, because I see you're going to take up a boxing match. Is that right?
Yeah, so of course I need to sell 10 tickets to be able to do it because
Right.
from previous events they have lots of pullouts. So I think I've got three, maybe 4 tickets sold already. But by the 28th of July I need to have a few more done.
I'll put up all the links and stuff like that to how to buy tickets.
Appreciate it.
What is the deal behind that? Why? And I heard your family as well as saying, why the fuck you want to get your face punched in? Why?
Yeah, so my family are like they hate violence in any sort of way, and
Right.
I'm the complete opposite. I love it. I love watching UFC. I love watching One
Yes.
Championship. It's
Fucking
all my
totally, mate.
thing.
Yes.
Um, I miss going to the GTBA as well. It's a brilliant place to train.
Let's stop for
Which was when I
another one
started.
second. Let's stop for another wee second here because this is just too good to have a personal trainer on here. What do you make McGregor? What happened?
Oh, right. So, oh,
It's gonna be fun, man.
so I probably shouldn't even talk about him, given the amount of controversy. But see, I used to be a massive fan of his back in the day.
Yep.
But see, as he got more deranged and coked up, I really found it incredibly difficult to respect him. No matter how much of a phenomenal fighter he was, as a man, I can't respect him whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
He's done horrible things. In fact, I'm surprised his PR team has kept him in this good of a shape online
Mm-hmm.
with the amount of stuff that he's done. And then with the whole rape case and everything, that's when his credibility goes straight out the
Mm.
window. I don't think anyone should support anyone like that, no matter what they say, even if he was a fantastic fighter
That's
with
the
a
thing.
good mindset back in the day.
I was always a huge fan of him because of his mindset and his work rate and his ethics of no drinking and no partying. And he was very kind of modelling himself after like a Bruce Lee kind of spiritual fighter guy.
Yeah,
He was all
but
about
see,
body movement. He was always,
see,
and that was the
it
McGregor I
was.
bought into. That was the one that was I was fucking wanting
He
to see.
was, but I feel like after during his time when he was getting ready to fight Habib, and then afterwards, that's when he properly went off the rails. Like
That
he
was
just
it.
couldn't handle the loss.
Yeah, that
Couldn't
was it,
handle it,
mate.
and
That
that's
was
when he
it.
went.
That was it. I think even before the fight, I don't think he was living properly before the fight or anything like that. But it doesn't fucking matter. We've got the McGregor that we have now. What happened in that fight with Max Holloway? Obviously, it lasted, I don't know, what, a fucking minute and a half or
I'm
something like that.
almost certain he fucked his ACL. Like the way he just went straight into it kicking. With that kick was
Hmm.
like it was bold, but his body wasn't
I don't know.
ready to
Everybody
handle it.
say, listen, he fucking starts a lot of his fights with kicks. I get it, right? I understand the mindset behind going in there, but and that is obviously the metal leg now as well, right? So he's trying to swing that metal leg right at Holloway's dome, and he looks great when he's doing it in training because he's been drilling it for months in training. Apparently, his trainer said that, and we see him before the fight hitting the pads, and it looks great. Aye, it looks great hitting the pads, but Max Holloway's fucking moving, and you're moving
Max
on the
Holloway's
fly, and
he's a brilliant fighter, and he underestimated him by throwing that kick.
he threw that kick. Max
With
Holloway saw it. He moved. McGregor's still moving, and he's right on the knee, and the knee just went boom, fucking popped.
I think we all know now that McGregor was on steroids for quite a while. Like there's just no denying it, no matter how much he
No,
denied it.
good for him. It
That
was great for his
ultimately
recovery.
it's good for recovery, but prolonged use of that ultimately f's with your bone. Your bone density decreases, which means you're more likely to get injured.
He's
See,
38
it
too.
doesn't matter to me how many times he practiced that kick in training. Doing that with a trainer or knocking his training partners out as he said he did, even practicing that, it's not the same strain that's been put on your body in a fight when you've depleted after the cut, and you're going into a fight.
Oh, good point.
your energy is quite low, and if you've got that lower bone density from the previous use of steroids, then the risk of injury is quite high. So it's better to warm up to those moves than going straight in with a bold move like that.
I've listened to a lot of analysis. That's the first time I've heard that. Well, that's an element to it as well, with the steroid use and the bone.
Well,
that's
my
fucking
opinion.
interesting, bro. That's very
I'm not
interesting.
a fan of them. I'm not a fan of them, although I used to be.
No.
I think,
Listen, I checked out on being a Conor McGregor fan when he hit the old man. They can fucking excuse that all they want. People get hit in Dublin and bars all the time, whatever. But as soon as a martial artist, a lifelong martial artist, hits a regular old guy, I've lost all respect for you, because martial artists are supposed to be better than that and above that kind of thing. You just showed yourself there as being a fucking thug and a hooligan.
Every person I've met that's done martial arts and they've grown up with a tough life learn respect through martial arts, and that's when they decide to choose peace and they're not going to be violent people anymore.
They would never walk away from a fight 99 times out of 100 to save the other person.
Well, that comes down to ego sometimes. But with a lot of martial artists, they know how much damage can be done to someone, and they're either scared of that happening to them or they're scared of doing that to the other person.
That's consequences. They know the consequences.
Respectable, which is really respectable. I think the only time a martial artist should be hitting anyone when it's truly unavoidable. Like, see if you can't just talk someone out of a fight. And they start coming at you and there's no way to avoid it. That's when you slap the shit out of them and you knock them out.
So what's the training you're doing right now for boxing? It better be more than fucking boxer size.
Definitely. So I've got a lot of plyometrics going.
Oh, nice.
So
I like it. What are you doing? Like what?
A lot of jumping, depth
box
drops,
jumps and all that?
I'm not really into box jumps.
It's a fucking cunt. I hate that. It kills my knees, man.
I prefer depth drops.
What's that?
You take a high box, you step off it, you land, and then you explode up as high as you can.
That sounds good.
So it's an advanced form of plyometrics that you need to warm up to, because it can be quite high impact on your tendons and your knee ligaments.
Sorry for a 21-year-old doing that. I'm not trying that in my garage anytime soon, bro.
Well,
no.
it takes me time to build up to as well, because I'm used to lower plyometrics, but I started implementing upper plyometrics and ballistics, which is similar stuff just for your upper body. And after the first session, I really felt it in my joints. I'm like, I can't even do this. So I had to dial it back and make it a lot easier for myself.
Does yoga fit into your life anywhere?
I like yoga. It's very peaceful. It helps calm my mind. But
I don't know, man. I did DDP
I don't
yoga.
find myself going to it a lot.
I did DDP yoga and it's fucking intense, man. It's like, do you know who DDP is? Not Dricus Duplessis. He's the second DDP. Diamond Dallas Page. An ex-wrestler.
No, I'm not. Right, okay.
He invented a style of yoga. Right, I'm going to do a big advert for DDP yoga here, right? I've done it. It's the only exercise that I could do when I was fat. Let's say I was 35 stone, and all I could do was walk my dog, and it was a chair plank where you put yourself up against the wall with your feet like that, and then and I could hold that as much as I could, and then my fucking fat ass would just fall to the ground. I would do it for like 30 seconds.
A wall sit then?
A wall sit, that's it. That's what it's called, a wall sit. So that was it. That's all I could do, and I got that for DDP yoga, and I've done that ever since because it was invented by Diamond Dallas Page. He broke his back, and it was all about rehabbing his back, and he mixed regular yoga with calisthenics and stuff. So it's all about like strengthening your muscles and your tendons and your ligaments.
So that's a lot of core stability.
That's all it's exactly, and it's very adaptable for anybody because he invented it for an injury. So if you're heavily injured, it could be anything, or you're very, very overweight, there's still a version of each exercise when you're following along on the app that you can do depending on if you're really injured, really overweight, to being, somebody like yourself would get a real good benefit out of that as well. I love it. I've always done it. I've done it for years and years. It's the regular yoga poses, but you're flexing your muscles the whole time you're doing it, so you get your heart rate right away up, and you're clenching your arse, and you're stunning, and you're basically you're stunning with your legs like this, right? But you're trying to pull your thighs together like that the whole time you're doing it, and you're clenching your arse cheeks. Your arse cheeks are like that the whole fucking time, right? And you're flexing your muscles the whole time. Even when you're stretching up, you're flexing everything, so your fucking veins are popping. And after 10 minutes, your sweat is pissing at you. And
You've just described how I feel doing a set of hip thrusts.
right, it's kind of, mate, it's phenomenal. And for me, because I've got a bit of nerve damage and stuff, and I've got compressed discs at the bottom of my back, really bad sciatica that flares up fucking horribly. And see, doing that, see, as long as I keep on that, it keeps everything really loose, and it kind of breaks up all the scar tissue. So that's for that's old guy problems. I'm telling you about there.
We call that. We call it isometrics, which is one of the best things you could possibly do. So many coaches do that, and rightfully so, because there's decades of evidence to back it up. Isometrics are fantastic and amazing for recovering injuries and for even preventing injuries, because you're getting that body part ready to undertake this amount of load for this extended period of time. I think athletes should always include isometrics, even if it's just your body weight, preferably with added weight. So that's called overcoming isometrics, where you take a max amount of weight, you can't move it, and then you start doing the exercise afterwards after you let go of the max weight.
Oh, I've never heard of that, man.
Mixed with a lot of core strength and stability. So like anti Pallof holds, which are anti-rotation, where you grab a cable and you're holding it right out in front of you like this. And because it's so heavy, it's pulling you to one side, but by holding it in the middle, your other side is keeping you still.
You're creating the resistance.
That's stuff that athletes really need, especially in sports like Muay Thai, MMA, where there's a lot of rotation work.
Ah, nice. So the boxing then, so what is the goal with that? Do you think you're going to have more than one fight? What is the reason? Are you wanting to is this just a challenge just to do it once?
Well, I just thought to myself, fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this, challenge myself a wee bit, put myself back out of my comfort zone, and then we'll see where we go from there. Nice,
man. I love that. I absolutely love that. I love that. I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much for giving me so much of your time here, but I always want to end it with, I feel like we've got to know you really well here, but the most important thing about somebody is, what's your favourite movies and music? Give me some of your favourite. You're 21 years old. You're going to get fucking... I'm going to roast you right now. So give me some of your favourite movies.
Right. Oh, movies-wise, I like Kickboxer 1 and 2.
Yes! Fuck yeah! Of course you do. I love you say Kickboxer 2 as well, by the way. I love Kickboxer 2 with Sasha Mitchell
all the
in
Van
it.
Damme movies, I love them.
Oh, fucking talk my language, bro. Talk my language. What was the first thing you ever saw in the cinema?
Oh, that's it. You know, actually, I think it might have been Twilight. Back when it was coming out in cinemas.
Twilight!
No, and I'll tell you why, right? Because my mum was obsessed with it. She read all the books.
Your mum was obsessed with Twilight, oh, for fuck's sake.
Like,
dude, you made me feel like an old bastard.
Hold on. I was like 7 or 8 years old, right? And she dragged me along to the cinema to watch it. And we ended up watching it twice because she liked it so much.
Oh, no way, it's Twilight. That's funny, man.
After that, we went and watched one of my cartoons in the...
No, that's good. That's all right. Fuck's sake. Twilight. An interest, I was just telling you, mine is fucking Rocky 4 in like 1985 it was, is when I fucking first went to the cinema and you went to see Twilight.
I wasn't born then, so I can't exactly relate to that.
I'm glad you like Rocky, that's alright then, good, that's okay. Music, what kind of music do you listen to? It's no fucking dance music, please don't be dance music.
No dance music.
Good, that's alright, what is it?
Although I suppose it can be considered dance music. I do like Rihanna.
What?
I like Eminem.
No,
you're not gonna like all my options. 50 Cent, Tyler.
I love 50. No, wait a minute. To dial it back, I love 50. I think he's a really good actor. He's the best Instagram follow as well, by the way. He's fucking brilliant on Instagram.
The amount of shit posts he puts up is
he's
phenomenal.
The fucking funniest. I know. I love 50.
So I actually can't even say, because I listen to basically every genre imaginable. I listen Tyler Creator, Frank Ocean, albeit not popular for guys to listen to, Lana Del Rey, one of my favourites.
I like Taylor Swift.
I mean,
I'm a Swiftie, bro. I'm a Swiftie.
Back in the day, I liked all the Taylor Swift songs.
Maybe back in the day, it's fuck weird. She's like,
well, back in the day for me.
Yeah, enough. I'm forgetting. She's like an older artist to you, isn't she?
Yeah. Because I'm only. I remember. when I used to listen to her when I was younger, it would have to be on YouTube because there was no Spotify.
Oh, there was no Spotify all the days.
Um, I mean, Taylor Swift
Lana Del Rey,
is
you
alright. I
said?
like Katy Perry.
You
Lana
like
Del Rey.
Katy Perry? Oh, mate, she's fucking
you can't
awful.
hate a man for liking Katy Perry.
Aye, you can. It's fucking terrible. She looks better now. She's not got that stupid fucking buzz cut anyway. She looks a bit better now enough. But Katy Perry, dude, really? Fuck me. The problem is, right, I end the show. It's an outro. And this is the second fucking episode I've had this problem with where my guest, my lovely, amazing guest, has got shite music taste because I usually get you to pick a song. And it would be a song that means something to you, that's a special song to you right now, maybe fucking where you want to be in life, I don't know, a song that you go back to, and then I torture you by singing over the top of the song at the end of the show. No in front of you, don't worry, no in front of you. I'll be for you to listen to when I send you the whole episode. So pick a song.
Okay.
So I'm just going to tell
my
you.
other phone real quick because I can't do it off the top of my head.
Right, okay, good, that's fine.
I've got my Spotify here.
So here it is, right? So here's the parameters of what the song is going to be. It's going to be a song that you want to hear me singing at the end of the show, but it's going to mean something.
I'd love to hear you singing any song, Robert.
It's got to. Oh, thank you, but it's got to mean something to you. We've had crackers in the past. Simple Man was one of the last ones
You're
we
not
had.
going to find any of the songs I gave you a cracker.
Or even just go on your Spotify and just hit random shuffle. See what it comes up with. Hopefully it's Tom Jones. This is dead air now, by the way. You gave me dead air. Sonny Federa. Have you got any Sonny Federa?
Devil in a New Dress by Kanye West.
Devil in a New Dress. I like Kanye. Are you a fan of Kanye? I know he's fucking...
yeah, he's quite deluded as well. I like his music though.
He's kind of went off the deep end.
I tend to be able to separate artists from their music.
I think he should. Do you know what the thing is with Kanye? I think he's a genius. And I think...
A lyrical genius, absolutely.
No, listen.
Business genius, lyrical genius.
Hear me out. I think he's a creative... He's just a genius person, right? The problem with genius people is no everything they do is genius. Some of the things they do is fucking mental, but you have to pay the price of the mental to get the genius. Like, you don't get... See him with a fucking... I hate Jews and wearing a swastika, like, tracksuit.
I'd never associate with that.
All that stuff, right? You have to... That's your payment for getting that song that you just said. I feel like he's fucking transformative because that's just the fucking tortured mental case that he is. That can give you incredible music, but it also gives you mental stuff.
I changed my song.
Go.
Runaway by Kanye West featuring T-Pain. Absolute banger.
Really?
You can't get much better.
I don't even know what that song
love to hear you
is.
sing it.
So I'm gonna have to Google that and have to practice it as well. But this episode isn't going to come out to like a week later. So I'm going to have a...
Are you gonna sing the whole song?
I'm going to do that. Well, I first
10 minutes.
Oh, is it? No, I first started doing that when I first done the show, and somebody messaged me saying the show's really good. It was like episode 4 or something. I'll try to be really encouraging. He said, but maybe not a full song at the end. I was like, okay, noted. I'll just do the wee bit of the opening, let it play out, and that'll be it. So no, that's a cracker. Kanye, fantastic. Mate, thank you so much for doing this. I've had so much fun talking to you, but this is all the stuff that I love. It's all the stuff that I love bringing to the audience as well. So, mate, I'm going to keep reposting all your stuff as much as I can. We'll get out there. Like I say, I'm struggling with this shit too. I did really good with the downloads on Apple and shit, but when it comes to YouTube, it's up and down social media. But hopefully, mate, we can fucking hands across the ocean. We can grow together.
Spreading awareness of what we're trying to get out there, you know.
Totally, mate. Totally, 100%. This has been an absolute blast. Thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you, man.